Hey everyone, this is Kush77 on Xbox Live, back with another NBA 2K12 commentary with another classic quick match. I'm playing as the 93-94 Denver Nuggets, going up against my favorite team, the Chicago Bulls, the 85-86 version, with the young Michael Jordan. This is my first time playing with the 93-94 Nuggets. I've been wanting to try them. I actually forget they're in the game sometimes. I was like, yeah, I never played with that Nuggets team. Let me check that team out. The 94 Nuggets, the team that had, I believe they were the first number 1 seed to beat first number 8 seed rather to beat a number 1 seed when they beat the 94 Seattle Supersonics, who had the best record in the NBA that year. Of course, 94 was the year Jordan was retired. And the Nuggets were they were down 2-0 to Seattle. I remember that series like it was yesterday. And they came back and won the series 3-2 back when it was the 5-game format. And of course, the 86 Bulls, that was the year Michael Jordan broke his foot. I want to say the 3rd game of the season, and didn't come back till late in the season, playing limited minutes. And then, of course, that was lifted for the postseason, which allowed him to score the 63 points against Boston in Game 2. But, of course, they were swept by the eventual world champion Celtics, 3-0 to none in 1986. So, the best players on the Denver team, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf at the point, formerly Chris Jackson, I want to say his name was, before he changed his name. And, of course, Dikembe Mutombo in the post, which would have been, his 3rd year in the league at that point. Robert Pack coming off the bench, who had a great series against Seattle. Brian Stith, LaFonso Ellis from Notre Dame at the 4. And as you guys know, it's no secret if you watch me play, I like to go in the post as I did there with LaFonso Ellis, and he missed. The quick play, I always do the quick post-up. And unfortunately, it wasn't for Mutombo, it was for LaFonso Ellis. And, LaFonso Ellis isn't my first choice. That was a terrible shot. I don't know what the hell I was doing with Mutombo there. LaFonso Ellis is not my first choice for a post option, but unfortunately, the quick play was for him. I could have put Mutombo at the 4, but I didn't want to do that. Not that Mutombo was too much better. I mean, Mutombo was one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Wasn't the greatest offensive player. Even though early on in his career, I remember his rookie year, he was doing pretty decently on offense. I actually have to look at his numbers. So you go back to the post here with LaFonso Ellis. Nice shot there. Nice shot there. Coming off the bench, I had guys like Rodney Rogers, Robert Pack. Who else? There's somebody else. Tom Hammonds was on the bench there. I don't think I actually used him in this game, though. So I start off with a zone, because I'm not sure how this guy's going to play with Jordan. Actually, this is a pretty enjoyable game, too, which is why I wanted to do a commentary for it. Got off to a slow start. You see 4-4, the 250 mark of the first quarter. Kind of feeling each other out here, trying to get used to the Nuggets and what I want to do with this team. I think I got through that. Oh, I thought I got 3 seconds on that one. You know what? I'm usually pretty good at not getting the offensive 3 seconds, but in this game, you'll see I probably got about 3 or 4 of them. It just took me a while to get my post game going in this one. And if you watch the free throws here, Carlos Boozer on the Chicago Bulls, terrible free throw shooting motion. Bill Cartwright, when you're playing with the classic Bulls teams, terrible free throw shooting motion. Played with the 95 Magic for the first time about a week ago. Shaquille O'Neal's free throw shooting motion's pretty hard to get used to. He seems to hold the ball there. For some reason it was taking the referee a while to get me the ball here. But all those guys, Boozer, Shaq, Bill Cartwright, none of them compare to the free throw shooting motion of Dikembe Mutombo. This is probably I would have to go and practice his free throws if I wanted to play with Denver again or play with them consistently. Dikembe Mutombo's free throw shooting motion is probably the worst on this game that I've experienced. Unbelievable. Some people say Noah has that funky free throw shooting motion, Joakim Noah, but it's easy to get used to. You just release early on Noah. I have a hard time with the guys where you have to hold the ball for about an hour and a half before you let go with a stick. It's ridiculous. And there, George Gervin. Funny thing about George Gervin, I was talking about he's rated an 81 on the 86 Bulls, which I thought was crazy because I didn't think George Gervin was that good that late in his career on the Bulls. He only played for the Bulls that 1 year and then he retired. But I actually looked up his stats, and George Gervin that year actually averaged 16 points a game, which surprised me. I didn't think he averaged that much on the 86 team. But I think what had to do with that was that, again, like I mentioned before, that was the year Jordan broke his foot. So I think Gervin got a lot of playing time when Jordan was out. Because what I remember a lot from that season, I've watched all the games from the 86 playoffs, the 3 games against Boston. Nice jumper there by Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, making it an 8-6 game. But I never saw George Gervin in those games. I never remember seeing George Gervin in those games. I haven't watched a lot of regular season games of the 86 team. And even though I was too young to watch the team back then, I didn't start watching the Bulls till the late 80s, like 88, the 87-88 season. So that was a little before my time where I was watching games. But I never remember seeing highlights with George Gervin or anything. But when I looked at the stats in the playoffs, he actually only played 11 minutes total in the 86 playoffs. And what probably happened was once Jordan came back from his broken foot, George Gervin's playing time got cut, and Jordan took most of the shots, and that's probably what happened. So I was sitting, I was like, man, like every time I play the 86 Bulls, I'm always surprised at how good George Gervin is on this game. I'm like, man, they really made him. I know he's one of the greatest of all time, and Hall of Famer and all that, but at this point on the Bulls, I didn't think he was still an impact player. Offensive 3 seconds there. I was just taking a long time to get going in the post in this game. 10-8 first quarter, got a minute left here. But yeah, so I mean, George Gervin during the regular season was decent. He put up 16 points a game that year. I think what the case was when Jordan came back, he didn't put up the numbers that he did when he was out, obviously. Because Jordan was going to be the man and take most of the shots, and just like he scored there, 4-point lead for the Bulls. Jordan 4 of 6 from the field, 8 points. See, I wanted to take it to the middle, but sometimes that momentum on the players have so much momentum on this game. Because he actually did the spin move dunk there, and I did that on accident. I wasn't even sure, because I did the Y to engage in the post, and Dave Corzine kind of backed off a little bit, and then I went to hit Y to disengage and actually did the spin move, and he actually did the dunk. I think that's the first time I actually did it all in succession. So sometimes I'll do that spin move and spin into the paint, and then do a pump fake to get the guy to jump. I think that's the first time I've ever actually executed the spin move dunk all in one motion. Again, which I don't do that often. Jordan still made the shot there. Usually what you try to do, if I'm back on defense and it's like a one-on-one or a two-on-one, what I want to try to do is if you let the AI guy handle it, they usually get dunked on, especially if it's Jordan. But I'll try to take control of the player and try to stand in his way just to stop his momentum. And what happens is the guys will shoot the ball thinking they're going to do a layup animation, but instead they do the jump shot, and it ends up being a bad jump shot because you think you're going to do a layup, which I think that's happened to all of us playing this game. But even there, Jordan still made the shot. That hurt. See, I wanted to make that three. This guy was trying to take charges on me, which happened in another game I was playing. Which game was I playing when I think it might have been a game I did commentary on. Oh, the game where I was playing with the 94 Rockets, and you can find that game on my YouTube page as well with commentary. I was playing as the 93-94 Rockets, and I think I was playing a guy who was the 93 Bulls. And he kept trying to take a charge with me, and I think I had, it was Mario Ellie and Vern Maxwell. So he tried to take the charge there right after half court, and I just walk right around him and shoot a wide open three. So that happened a couple times in this game, so I was kind of happy that he was giving me that shot, especially with Raouf, with how good of a three-point shooter he was. Robert Pack hitting the three there. I noticed he had the little dunk icon there, so I was like, I took the three, and I was like, oh, I thought he was a three-point shooter. I couldn't remember. I don't think Robert Pack was that big of a three-point shooter, but he still knocked it down, making it a one-point game. Now, he was able to draw a lot of fouls on me. I usually don't foul all that much, and then I think because I was going for blocks or just jumping. I don't go for a lot of steals, as you guys know if you watch my videos, so I don't get a lot of hacking fouls, but he was able to draw quite a few fouls on me in this game. I wanted to go to Mutombo there, but he just took off. So I went to him here. I'm way too far out. And turnover, bad pass. Leads to a fast break here with the late Orlando Woolridge. Rest in peace, Big O. The other Big O. Big Zero, Orlando Woolridge. Passed it to Gervin. Got the shot there. Or Goivin, if I could speak English. Went to the post of Alfonso Ellis. I picked up the dribble. See, I was getting kind of confused because sometimes he would. I thought the engage was going to come, so I was going to post, and then he backs off, and then I'm in post position. I try to go out, and it's just he did a good job of mixing up the defense and caused me problems with the post game. And it was a good thing I had Raouf hitting jump shots because if so he tried to take the charge there with Jordan. I was like, all right, I'll take the open shot here with Raouf, and he knocked it down. And thank goodness for Raouf in this game, because with the way my post game just couldn't get going in this game, and if it wasn't for Raouf knocking down those shots, I would have got destroyed early on. He knocked down the three with Pax in there, so I'm trying to go into the post again. I don't know what the hell's going on. Kick ball there on Gervin. As I take a drink here of my Diet Coke. Excuse that. 23-19 Bulls, 3:13 left. Got Charles Oakley on me, but I just don't like taking small guys into the post. Unless it's like Derrick Rose who can finish. It's like, see, I should have went to Rauf. I should have went to Rauf there. I totally did not see him in the corner, wide open for three. Instead, Charles Oakley blocks my shot. Out of bounds, Bulls ball, so it's a 4-point game here. And I'm in the zone here. See, was Jordan in the game? At some point I go back to man. He caught me sleeping on that one. As I say, I play a lot of off-ball defense, but if they can catch you sleeping on a play like that, they can score. They caught me sleeping on that one. So now I'm down by 6. Tries to take the charge, so I'll take the shot with Rauf again. Actually, man, I didn't think I was going to make that one. I thought he got there to contest it well enough where it would miss, but no, he actually knocked it down. Big shot there for Rauf. And Orlando Woolridge once again, just I don't know what was going on with my defense. Like, where's someone? Someone block them off there. Usually you play the zone. The zone's pretty good at cutting guys off, but that one, Orlando Woolridge just went right to the basket. I was going to take another 3 there, but I didn't want to keep shooting threes. I was like, eventually they're going to miss. So I'm engaged in the post here, and I don't know what happened. I tried to do a move, and he turned around again. Got the good fake. I don't know why he did that. Sometimes they'll just do movements on this game that you don't want to do. Drew the foul there with Robert Pack. It was nice to actually have someone with a normal free throw shooting motion. God, Dikembe Mutombo's is awful. Awful. So cut it down here to, I think I hit the free throw here. So cut it down to a 3-point game. He was up by 6 a moment ago. Jordan's back in the game now. So I think I switched to man here, and I was like, all right, let me just try to focus on Jordan. Because I knew he used Jordan a lot when he was in last time and gets right to the baskets. I was in the wrong place with Mutombo. Easy layup for MJ. 7-12 from the field, 16 points. I wanted to try. I don't know why that happened. I'm holding the stick towards the basket. I'm like, all right, I got a wide open dunk here. But sometimes the momentum, it just takes guys a while to get moving with the momentum on this game. And that happens a lot. You'll run out of bounds on accident because of the momentum. And it's just, that should have been an easy dunk for Robert Pack. And Mutombo misses the dunk there, but I get the ball back. Try to do something here with Reggie Williams, like cut off. And, you know, sometimes you'll have guys cut into the basket. I didn't want to do the spin move there. But he backed off, and when I tried to press Y to disengage, they'll do the spin move. And I don't want to do the spin move, so that's a problem sometimes. And you'll run into the guys, and that's how they defend the post. They'll just back away. I played another guy that would just jump in the air so he wouldn't engage in the post defensively. And that can throw you off because sometimes you pressing Y, what should happen is when you press Y to engage in the post, you should only have to press Y again, and they'll disengage. They'll turn back around and face up. But what happens then, even if you're not pressing the stick in a certain direction, they'll still do the spin move. And you saw it there. I didn't want to do the spin move, but he did, and turned the ball over. So now at this point I'm down by 7, and my lineups are all jacked up. I'm trying to do quick substitutions and had the wrong lineup in there. So I got Rauf here. Well, I love taking jump shots with Rauf, but he's not the guy I want to drive to the basket with. So I'm trying to go to the post here, get something going. And another block shot. He was doing a good, actually that was a foul. But he had a lot of block shots on me in this game too. I don't remember Charles Oakley being that great of a shot blocker. He wasn't a shot blocker. Charles Oakley could barely jump. He was a good defender, great rebounder, but Oakley wasn't he wasn't a shot blocker by any means, from what I can remember. Who knows? I could be surprised. I can go look at the stats. Maybe he averaged a block. I highly doubt it. I'd have to look at the statistics. But I was surprised that George Gervin averaged 16 points a game, so sometimes you get surprised when you go look at the numbers. Because I didn't think George Gervin had any impact on the 86 Bulls. I thought he was just playing out his career like you see with certain guys. You know, Hakeem Olajuwon on the Raptors, you know, Patrick Ewing on the Magic. You know what I mean? Those guys, that's what I thought George Gervin was with the Bulls, but George Gervin actually put up 16 a game with the 86 Bulls. All right, so I forced Jordan into a backcourt violation, which I usually don't like doing that move. I think it's cheap when people try to do that, when you dribble past half court. I was just trying to stop Jordan's momentum, but then he stepped backwards with Jordan. Sometimes the guys will just stop like he did there. I stopped him from driving to the basket. I wasn't trying to force him to that backcourt violation. I think that's cheap. You get that player momentum, and they take like 3 steps back, and you get a backcourt violation. That wasn't my goal. I wasn't, but, you know, I'll take it. You notice I don't do it too much. I just want to try to get into it, get in his way before he gets a full head of steam driving to the basket. So I kind of rebounded nicely. I was down by 7. Now I think I cut it to a 1-point game hitting this shot. Nice free throw shooting motion there. Everybody on this team has a decent free throw shooting motion except Mutombo, man. His is nuts. So I'll get a steal there. And then usually when I get those, it's all the AI. So I'll play for the last shot. And again, I hate it when they step in front of the line. I wanted to take a 3-point shot there. It's that weird, it's that fine line where you're maybe like 4 or 5 feet behind the 3-point line, and you just want to step up. You step up right to the line, but then you take that step up and they step inside the line. So you end up taking the worst shot in basketball, the 23-foot jumper instead of the 23-9. But either way, I rebounded nicely. I was down by 7, cut it down to a 1-point lead at the half. So here we are, started the second half here, 33-32. Good back and forth, good game so far. I'm still in man now, focused on Jordan. See, I'd be careful there because he could hit the cutting Charles Oakley. So I want to double Jordan, but I have to be careful when those guys cut to the basket on the baseline. But he didn't go to Oakley on that play, but didn't matter because Jordan still scored. I'm surprised I hit that shot with Raouf. I figured taking contact with a little guy like Raouf, I didn't think that shot was going to go in. Because I'll miss shots like that with big men. And surprised that one went in. So my thing is I did the focus on stars at this point, defensively. Try to contain Jordan a little bit. And then got the accidental steal there. I think he must have dribbled it off someone's foot. And there, again, the NBA 2K pass at the feet, which drives me insane on this game. And this happened to me a couple times in this game. Surprised I hit that shot. Usually when you do the up and under, they'll go with like kind of the underhand layup. Instead, he took the jump shot. Now still able to knock it down. There's George Gervin again, the Iceman. Still bad. I know he averaged 16 points a game in '86, but I still don't think he should be as good as he is on this game. I think he's overrated just a little. I mean, an 81 overall. I mean, he's probably rated higher than like Horace Grant and stuff on these Classic Bulls teams. I don't think Horace Grant's rated 81 overall. I don't think Tony Kukoc is rated 81 overall on the Classic Bulls teams. So I don't think George Gervin should be rated higher. I mean, the Bulls that year, I mean, Jordan was out with the broken foot. I want to say they won 30 games that year, but still were the 8th seed in the playoffs. And if George Gervin was really that good, I mean, no, they would have won more than 30 games. Nice alley-oop there. I was kind of debating, like, should I take it all the way with Raouf, but it could get blocked from behind. Had a nice little run here. Now I'm up by 4 after being down 7 late in the second. And see, that's what happens. You get a little reckless. You miss some shots. You get some turnovers, and then you're fast breaking the other way. You tried to take the charge there. I went around, but didn't get a real open look with Raouf. So I got stiff. Got the good old Rodney Rogers, Wake Forest. Going back in time with these names. Terrible miss by Raouf there, but get the rebound with Mutombo. I'm like, all right, let me try to get something going in the post here. Oakley standing him up stout in the post, but the post move got Oakley on that one. I scored with Mutombo. Open up a 6-point lead. About 2:20 left in the third. And I'm still focused on Jordan here, and I was able to cut him off there nicely with the spin move. And then that's probably a case where he thought he had it open. He thought he had the open lane. That was bad. I shouldn't have did that. I was trying to get too cute. I should have been happy with my one alley-oop dunk. Instead, I turned the ball over. Had a chance to extend it to 8 points. Instead, I turned the ball over. But going back to the Jordan shot, that was a situation where he spun, and he probably thought he had the wide-open layup, and he probably just flicks the stick or just hits the shot button expecting a layup animation, but at the last second I cut him off with Mutombo, and he ends up taking the jump shot, and it ends up being a bad jump shot because you don't time it right. And see, that's where I get in trouble. We get these breaks where Jordan's out in the open floor, and it's like I want to just try to stop him, stand in his way, and body him. Look at George Gervin. Come on, was George Gervin still doing that in 1986? I mean, come on. Killing me. Cuts it down to a 4-point game, dunking on my entire team. So he takes the charge, which allows me another wide open 3 with Rauf, so I'll take that. 7-point lead. And I think I don't know why guys try to do that. I mean, maybe it works against some people who are just trying to, you know, run to the basket with Jordan. Maybe if I'm using Jordan, but again, like I talked about in the Houston game, I'm not trying to drive to the basket with someone like Rauf. I'm not trying to drive to the basket with someone like Vern Maxwell. So I don't think it was, you know, trying to take the charge there isn't a good idea. Now, if I had like a big guard, you know, someone like that, then someone who can go and finish at the basket, like a George Gervin perhaps, yeah, but not with those little guys. Reggie Williams got the fake there. I'm trying to drive to the basket. And, oh, that's a nice pass. Oh, wow. Actually was able to hit a cutter on a pass without it, you know, throwing the ball at his feet or throwing it off the back of a defender's head for a turnover. So I was kind of surprised I executed that pass because sometimes the passing in this game is just ridiculous. So see, again, I timed it right there. Cut Jordan off, forced him into a jump shot. Drew the foul there. Yeah, it's amazing how they don't call fouls more on those where the guy goes for the steal and they're reaching over the back. There was a play where Oakley went over the back of Rauf, and it's like, okay, that wouldn't be a foul call? I mean, Charles Oakley? Maybe Paxson or Jordan can get away with doing that, but Charles Oakley on Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, that should be a foul call, but it wasn't. So, I don't know, I think I called the timeout here. I think. Yeah, Nuggets timeout. Yes, right there across the top of the screen. There it is, Kush, right there. So, yes, I did call this timeout. Missed the score there. I think I'm still up by 6 or 7 points here. And he is taking his time, making some substitutions. Yeah, I'm up by 7, 48-41. Under a minute to go in the third. So far, a good game. I mean, he had a good run. I've had a good run. I didn't want to throw that pass. I thought I was going to get stolen. I was like, someone come help me out. And it almost got stolen because none of my AI guys, I was stuck there. I didn't have my dribble with Rauf, and none of my guys did anything. Oh, nice. That was a good shot. I thought I got 3 seconds on that one, but made the shot with Ellis. Yeah, here, my thing was just try to cut Jordan off, prevent him from getting like a layup, drawing a foul, doing the layup animation. Still hits that fade. That fade, if you know how to do that fadeaway with Jordan, which I do, and if you've seen some of my videos, I've hit a game winner with it and use it pretty frequently when I play with Jordan. I try not to abuse it, but if a team's making a big run, you know, I'll go to the fadeaway to try to slow them down. The shot's money if you can get the timing down and everything. It's almost impossible to stop. Basically, what you do if you want to do the Jordan fadeaway, you just engage in the post with Y. Your last second 3 wouldn't have been a 3, missed badly. So, got a 7-point lead at the end of 3 quarters, 50-43. What you want to do if you want to do the fadeaway with Jordan, press Y to engage in the post, do the post moves, and then you just take both the shot sticks, or both the sticks, the right and the left, put them both down. He starts the fadeaway, and then release at the right time, and he usually makes them. Especially from mid-range. If you're in the post one-on-one mid-range, he'll hit it all day. You have to double-team it, and then you can fake and try to draw fouls, and it's... Orlando Woolridge, again, the amount of and ones he got in this game, I usually don't give up that many and ones. Usually I'll foul, they'll miss, but he was finishing these and ones, and Orlando Woolridge gets the 3-point play there, 50-46. Now mark this down. 50-46 with about, was there 4:46 left? And Robert Pack is excited. I don't know why. He just gave up a 3-point play. He's trying to get the Chicago crowd hyped for some reason. Sorry, 50-46 with 4:45 left to go in the fourth. And don't want to give things away, but yeah, it's a pretty interesting finish here. Try to go in the post to Ellis. I took too long. I took way too long. I don't know what the hell I was doing. 3-second violation. I'm like, oh, let me sit here and hold the ball forever, and so I'm still in man. Jordan, I was able, I slowed Jordan down here for a stretch, so that was good, but the other guys were starting to score. George Gervin, Orlando Woolridge, and I just couldn't get things going here early on in the fourth. And George, so he didn't make that one. Loose ball there, I was able to pick it up. I was like, all right, so let's calm things down. I'm up by 4, coming up on 4 minutes. Let me try to get my post game going here. And see, again, I call a post play. And for some reason, Ellis cut to the basket. This is a stupid play. I don't know what the hell I was doing. That was absolutely stupid on my part. That was I going to stop Jordan with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf? I don't know why the hell I decided to do that. So I gave him an extra point. So now he cuts it down to a 1-point game. But on that previous play, on my previous possession, I called the play for LaFonso Ellis to post up, but for some reason he cuts to the basket right when I pass it. And I end up having a turnover. So, okay, Mutombo, nice move, draws the foul, but again, it's Dikembe Mutombo in his free throw shooting motion, so, I mean, it's no secret. I'll let the cat out of the bag. I missed both these free throws here. Michael Jordan with 25 points. The rest of the team has 24. Which usually ends up happening in these online 5-minute games. Your superstars end up scoring a majority of the points. Look, get the offensive rebound. He misses the dunk. He misses the dunk. I can't believe that. I'm like, that killed my momentum. That was, if I would have made that shot, and I'm trying to slow down Gervin in the open floor, and I couldn't. So think about that. It would have been 52-49 had Mutombo finished that dunk. I don't know how he misses that dunk. Instead, fast breaks the other way. Now he's up by 1, 51-50. So try to go back to the post of Mutombo. And he stopped it. He made me pick up my dribble. Good D. And, you know, he was playing good D in this game. I had a hard time getting some openings. I tried to get one there, but got stopped. Shot clock down to 3. I was like, all right, got Rauf. Good shot, but I missed. Still cold in the fourth. Now open floor with Jordan. This is trouble. Actually forced him into a bad shot and got the rebound. I'm like, all right, now 3 minutes. I'm down by 1. Bad pass. See, that pass where they start drifting towards the basket instead of just standing still. Then once again, George Gervin, the open floor. Turnovers lead to fast breaks. Missed shots leading to fast breaks going the other way. And you got open floor finishers like Woolridge, Jordan, and apparently George Gervin. And he's taking advantage. Now he's up by 3. What was it, 40? Was I up by 7 going into the fourth? I think I was. Now all of a sudden I find myself down by 3. And again, trying to get in the post and throws it right into Green. Was it David Green, I believe? Once again, George Gervin draws the foul and 1. Another and 1. It's killing me. Killing me. I couldn't believe what was going on in this game. Because I'll draw fouls and get the shots, but I usually miss those shots. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. George Gervin's a better finisher than some of the big men I use, I guess, in the post. So now at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm only down by 6, 2 minutes, plenty of time on this game. Again, another one where they drift into the basket. And I was lucky he didn't get turned over, but then Ellis ends up, he missed the shot there, he get blocked, I missed it. Nice alley-oop to Jordan from Johnny Pat, so now he's up by 8. And the wheels are just completely coming off. It's John Paxson with the blocks. I wanted to take a 3, but again, you're running, and they don't stop it. Orlando Woolridge with the dunk on the fast break, opening up a 10-point lead. Where's the TO? Where's the TO, baby? I didn't call a timeout. I should have called a timeout here. I don't know what I was waiting for. But on that one with Rauf, you're on the fast break. You want to stop right at the line and take the 3. Instead, he stops. He takes a step inside the line, takes the worst shot in basketball, and makes it worse by getting blocked by John Paxson. So now this is a complete mess at this point. So I'm like, all right, I need a 3 here. Brick. Rauf was money for me the first 3 quarters, went ice cold in the fourth. Again, bad. Again, I tried to take the charge, I get the foul. Now, if you remember the previous game where I was playing against the Bulls, I think it was that Rockets game, I was driving to the basket with Robert Horry, and Jordan took the charge, and it was kind of the same situation as that, a fast break, and I finished with Horry, but they called charging on Robert Horry. But on that same play, Jordan gets a blocking foul, but he gets a charge on the defensive side. I don't know if that has to do with because it's Michael Jordan. Does he get favorable calls because he's Michael Jordan on the game? I don't know. But I always try to take that charge, one-on-one in the open court like that. And every time I try to do it, I get called for the blocking foul. So the wheels have just completely come off. I don't know. I just called timeout to try to stop the momentum way too late at this point. Down by 11. Look at that. It's amazing how quickly you can score on this game. Bam, bam, bam. Alley-oop off the inbounds. 2 guys there. Even Mutombo can't stop Michael Jordan. So now it's like, all right. Again, another pass at the feet. Mutombo actually finishes. Cut it down to an 11-point game. And I was on a roll online. I had a 10-game win streak online. Fadeaway 3. I was like, no way he makes that. But then Woolridge with the rebound. Oh, now they want to play some interior defense. Now they want to block shots. So I was like, all right, let me hit a quick 3 here. Maybe get down to single digits. Waited for Oakley to jump by, and Rauf ice cold in the fourth. Guy was money for 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden can't hit a shot. Nice pass. That was a nice pass. I said that when I was playing. I was expecting him to take the layup with Jordan. Instead, he found a wide-open Johnny Pax for 3. And that's all she wrote. 14-point game. So like I was saying, yeah, I had a 10-game winning streak online, and that came to an abrupt end in the fourth quarter of this game. George Gervin, the best-kept secret on NBA 2K12 classic teams. Because they made him like 1980 George Gervin on this game, not 1986. And, you know, adding insult to injury, I get another 3-second defensive 3-second violation. Yeah, let me switch to the zone, the man. Then he takes mercy on me and brings in the bench, the no-names, number 97, you know, Mike Jones, Reggie Williams, Rod Higgins taking a shot there. He's not a no-name player. Was he the president of basketball operations for the Bobcats, I believe? Rod Higgins, Jordan's buddy. Brown, this is a no-name player, but of course he finishes because I was trying to stop guys in the open floor, but then if you don't body them, they blow right by you and get the easy layup. Kind of like it's the risk you take, kind of like the guys who try to take the charge, you know, on the point guards right after half court, and then if they don't get the charge, I have a wide open 3. That's kind of my thing. I try to stop them in the open floor, but if I don't body them, they have a wide open layup. So that's all she wrote in that game. A disastrous fourth quarter. I had an excellent third quarter, and you'll see the numbers here when I go to the box score. And oh my good lord, I think it was the worst quarter I've ever had. And if you guys saw that game where I was playing with the Bobcats, and I blew a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter with about 3.5 minutes left to the Memphis Grizzlies. This was worse than that quarter. This is worse. I mean, at least I had the excuse of, well, I was playing with the Bobcats, but blowing a 13-point lead with 3:30 left is bad, but this fourth quarter was worse. Of course, Michael Jordan, player of the game, no surprise. And I slowed Jordan down for a period there, too, in the third quarter, and then he put him on the bench, but then Jordan came through in the fourth, along with George Gervin. 32, 2, 2 for MJ. Oh, man, what a nightmare. Nightmarish fourth quarter, and you'll see it here when I go to the stats. 28-4. 28-4 I got outscored in the fourth quarter. Are you kidding me? I had a 7-point lead going to the fourth, and I got outscored by 24 points in the fourth quarter. Look at the third quarter. Excellent. 18-10. Held them to 10 points. Scored 18. Unbelievable. Look, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he finished 9-25 shooting. I want to say he was about 0 for 8, 0 for 9 in that fourth quarter. I did not make a shot with Rauf in the fourth quarter. Up until that point, he was excellent. Everybody else was decent. Jordan, 14-25. George Gervin, 7 of 11. Orlando Woolridge, 4 of 6. Paxson, 2 of 3. Actually didn't take a shot with Charles Oakley. So that's it. Thanks for listening to my commentary here, guys. Appreciate it. Subscribe. Appreciate you guys subscribing and watching the videos. And we'll see you next time.